the threats that have been made, I don't know if these threats will come to pass or not. But judging by what has happened to others, I think these threats are real.
Brazilian Twitter files. Have you had a chance to go through the drop yet?
It's voluminous. We're trying to figure out how to. It's a treacherous path here. We're trying to do this in such a way that does not endanger the ex-employees in Brazil, because they have been threatened with arrest. So, it's we don't want to put them in danger. So we're trying to figure out a way to just make sure they're safe before we do anything. But I think there's some pretty serious concerns here because, really the people that were elected, the Senate and, Parliament really should have a lot more authority than they do. Like the things don't work the way in, in Brazil. They don't work the way they work in say the US. Our concern, at X is that like we're being asked to do things that are illegal by the judiciary, which seems very like bizarre. So, that's somewhat of a quandary. Being asked to do things that directly violate the law by a judge seems odd. We're being asked to suspend accounts and filter content and also to not say anything about it. So to pretend that the suspension and the content blocking, like regional blocking, is due to our terms of service, when in fact it is not. It is an order from, you know, Alexander, Judge Alexander.
Representative Ferreira.
How do Twitter files came out?
There has been a lot of government intervention in Twitter, and basically government spying and censorship in the U.S. and elsewhere, and nobody even knew about it. When we acquired the company, I'm like, okay, we're just going to the people of Brazil ought to know that there is an abuse of judicial power to an extreme degree that we've not seen in any country on earth. I have never seen anything of this magnitude. So it's insane. And the elected representatives of the people of Brazil, that's who should be in charge. And the judiciary is there to execute upon the law, but not to make the law. But they are making the law, and I think it's an outrage. People should be extremely upset. So, like, this has got to stop.
But are you in further communication with Brazilian officials at this point? Have they mentioned an all-out ban on X anytime soon? And do you foresee that being a real possibility?
They have threatened to cut off X entirely from Brazil. They've also threatened to arrest our employees, and they have applied a $20,000 a day fine.
And do you foresee them actually following through with any of that stuff? Because, it seemed in the beginning that this Supreme Court justice was going to rapidly pursue these things.
I mean, I don't know just what the threats that have been made. I don't know if these threats will come to pass or not. But judging by what has happened to others, I think these threats are real. I don't know. I think this is like really judicial authority going far beyond judicial authority to executive authority. So that's I just think it's just totally, absolutely improper. The law is violating the law. It's crazy. Nicholas wants to speak.
Elon, just to let you know, after starting to ask you for more information about your allegations, the Brazilian Supreme Court had just opened investigation against me because I said in my United Nations speech that Lula is a corrupt. It's crazy what's happening here in Brazil. And in the elections, presidential elections here in Brazil, I was a victim of what is happening here with the accounts that are being blocked. After the Brazilian elections, my account was banned both on X and Instagram and Facebook. To this day, I do not have access to the process, and I do not know why the accounts were banned. That's what's happening here in Brazil. So I know that you can't say your next move, but I would like to know what are you planning to do with the account that are blocked here in Brazil, and if you are willing to unblock them.
I guess unless an account has somehow broken the law, actually broken the law, then they should not be blocked. They should not be suspended. I don't know how to say it more clearly than that.